welcome to Letty Does reacting to One Piece, episode 1086, A New Emperor, Buggy the Genius Jester. So I'm watching the One Piece anime, which is my favorite anime and literally just one of my favorite stories ever told. Not as good as the manga, which does differ slightly from the anime. Unlike most mangakas, I think Oda actually views the anime as just another adaptation. Kind of like how comic writers might view MCU adaptations, but Toei's anime is mostly one-to-one with the manga, minus some pacing issues. Anyway, for those of you who have never watched One Piece before, One Piece is an extremely long-running story written by Eiichiro Oda about a boy on an adventure, and also the boy is kind of stretchy sometimes. That's literally all I can describe faithfully at this point. So much of the world has changed from what anyone originally believed or could have ever imagined from the start of the story, when it was just this boy made of rubber who set out to sea to gather a crew and search the Grand Line for the treasure known as the One Piece. Now it's a tale of class struggle, slavery, of the powers that be that silenced a world 1,000 years ago and why they did what they have done. It's a story about prophecy, gods, demons that disrupt the natural order of things, and about uncovering the truth of a treasure that was discovered 20 years too early. If you haven't consumed much of One Piece before, whether that's because you dropped off after Skypiea, or you stopped reading at the time skip, or you only watched season 1 of the live action show, please watch along with me week by week, because we're at the final saga now. What's probably the 90% mark of the story, and Oda, the creator, has put out this message saying he intends for the story from this point onward to be a jumping on point for anyone who's ever consumed any One Piece at all. The implication being the narrative will double back and explain things as necessary, and if it doesn't, well, let me know by asking questions in the comments down below, just wherever you're watching this video, and I'll fill in all the gaps at the start of my next anime reaction. Because One Piece anime episodes are about 20 minutes long, and my reactions average a quarter of the show's runtime. So these videos will be really short, and I'd like to be able to fill in some of that time by answering any questions anyone might have about one of the few things in the world I genuinely consider myself not an idiot at. Talking. Definitely an idiot at talking. One Piece, not an idiot. And if you have watched the anime or read the manga and roughly kept up to this point in the story, heads up, there might be slight spoilers up to chapter 1087. That's when I stopped reading because I wanted to react to the anime fresh as it went on. I believe this episode is adapting chapter 1058. So until the anime catches up, I'm just gonna do my best not to spoil what's coming up next. And with all that, let's get started. Every time I see the opening, I'm just thinking like, wow, Wano has gone on for so fucking long, and not only is Wano over, but then they have all these like scenes, and it's all of Wano, yes, but I feel like showing it the way they do is so end of the story-y. Why do they even have a cage like that on the ship? Is that their equivalent of a brig? When they had Caesar Clown on the ship, they just had him in cuffs. Everyone else is warning him like Jinbei hasn't been there that long to know to get away from Nami when she's angry. Robin can be doing literally anything and he's just like, beautiful, perfect, amazing. I love how the world government, I guess, is counting what the fuck Bartholomew is doing with the rest of his fleet. And now they say he has a fleet of 5,600 or something. If only Nami could turn herself in for her own bounty. I like to think that they always have cotton candy on hand, specifically to calm Chopper down. What a fantastic contrast for that shot. Empty bluffs! Oh my god, I love it. Is Trafalgar even in this episode? Even like your shoes. Oh my god. I really wish the live action will eventually get to this, but oh, so far inconceivable. We haven't seen Mr. 3 in a while. He's so dramatic. He's the one that gets so many good things that happen to him randomly. I just love everything that's happening. I also find it really great that Zoro was so weak in the beginning, and now this is just Mihawk taking them down completely by himself in his little boat, right? Oh no, this is Crocodile. Okay. All according to plan. Oh my god, I love these faces. Oh god, I love it! Oh my gosh, I love how dramatic he is. Oh my gosh. I just love the reveal of the poster. It's my absolute favorite. Also, I forgot that Buggy just has his own printing materials and distribution abilities, which means he can basically do the same thing as Morgan. I think that's the highest bounty we've seen this episode. That's even higher than Luffy's, right? I think so. I just love how much credibility Mihawk and Crocodile give to this idiot. Okay, it just ended. Alright. So, that was as fantastic as I thought it would be. I absolutely love Buggy, and the new situation with the Cross Guild is hilarious. The progression is going to be pretty insane, and I love every moment. I don't think I got any spoilers in this one, but if I did, sorry about that. Again, I've read up to chapter 187, and this adapts chapter 1000. This adapts 1058. But I'm trying real hard to be cool about spoilers. If you've been keeping up with the story, let me know what you think. And if you're only watching One Piece because you're following along with me and have only watched the Netflix adaptation or some like super old episodes, let me know if you have any questions in the comments and I'll answer them at the start of my next anime reaction. But otherwise, that is all I got for you for now. So get out there, do all the stuff, and I'll see you next time.